Hello everybody and welcome back to this Ferrari challenge. I am Fuzzyface. We're back today. We've got the Montreal Grand Prix, the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Let's just have a look at the track here. It's pretty similar to the real life Montreal track. Obviously we've got this little extra section in here. We've got a couple of little bit of different corners up here, but we've still got the hairpin from Montreal, and then obviously we've got the Casino Straight, and what here possibly sort of goes the wrong way, but it is sort of like the Wall of Champions, so it is pretty similar on the top half of the track. So it's going to be a pretty interesting race because it's going to be raining as well. Obviously circuit Gilles Villeneuve, named after the great driver who was obviously a Ferrari legend as well, so hopefully we can actually get a win here in Montreal. I don't think Ferrari have actually had a win here since 2004 with Michael Schumacher, so it's been about 12 years. Obviously Lewis Hamilton has pretty much dominated this track since then. I think he's won it 5 times. How many times has he won it? Is it 5? I think he's won it 5 times in the last 10 years. So, and a few of the 3 in the McLaren, twice in the Mercedes, I think. Well, I think that's counting this year, isn't it? So yeah, that's counting this year with the 2 Mercedes wins. Yeah, so hopefully we can go on and get a win here. We're building the new gearbox, which we're going to wait and see. That's going to be after this race. Is it going to be... Come on, is that going to be in time for the next race? Yes, it's going to be in time for Singapore. We're going to go ahead and put a bid in for Mick Schumacher. He's going to come in as a reserve driver. His wages are fairly important to him, so we might have to go for that. He wants a long contract, so we're going to have to give him that, although we're possibly going to be offering a new contract the year after 2017 to give him equal status or the number 2 driver. I don't mind who pays the buyout clause, so it wouldn't be... We'll go even split. He possibly would get released at the end of this season, but we're not going to take that chance. He wants a signing on fee. He doesn't want any bonuses, so we're going to take a little hit in terms of signing on fee. Should we offer him near enough $500,000? Just don't want to take the chance of him getting released and then snapped up by another team or recontracted to Mercedes. We don't want that to happen, since Schumacher is pretty much the aim at the moment of what we're going to do 2018 onwards. So we've got that offer for him in now. So yes, there's not much to do today other than get straight into the race here. Yeah, so let's get racing. So practice over and done with there. The Mercedes super quick around this Montreal circuit. Hamilton 8 tenths quicker than Vettel at the moment. Whether that's going to be the same for qualifying and the race, I don't know. The Red Bulls, as always, quicker than Kimi. Yeah, about 3.5 tenths per second. Then we've got quite a big gap back to the Toro Rossos. They're about 3 seconds behind Hamilton. The Williams struggling here. Saubers and the Haas bringing up the rear. Felipe Massa in 15th. The McLaren, Jenson Button, where's Alonso? Alonso's actually doing a little bit worse than Jenson Button here for some reason. I don't know, but we're going to jump straight into qualifying now, and we'll come back when we're about to set the flying lap for the first stint of qualifying at Montreal. Right, so we've got both drivers on hot laps now. Raikkonen's a little bit further up the road here, but as we see, we've got Vettel coming round. This is a little bit of track that's different here, but it comes around here. We've got the hairpin like we do at the Gilles Villeneuve course at the circuit, and then you've got this nice long Casino Straight coming up to this, which I guess is the Wall of Champions, the sort of like S-bend that ends Casino Straight. Vettel's quite a bit slower than someone there, almost on a par with Raikkonen here for some reason. Who's going quickest? Ricciardo. So actually both our cars are slower than one of the Red Bulls so far this week, and Ricciardo does it in a 134. What is Raikkonen going to do it in? Raikkonen does it in a 135, quite a bit slower than the Red Bulls, and Vettel as well. We're quite a bit slower than both the Red Bulls here this weekend. Hopefully we're going to pick that up in the next session, so let's go have a quick look at Hamilton, who is a lot quicker than the Red Bull of Ricciardo. 7 tenths quicker, in fact. Where is Rosberg? Rosberg's quick as well. Oh, Rosberg's actually pretty slow. What's up with Rosberg again? Rosberg was pretty slow as well in at the Austin Grand Prix, the American one. He's actually slower than the Red Bulls there. So Hamilton is tearing things up on the Montreal track. So yeah, hopefully we can improve on 5th and 7th. I think that's going to be the worst we've done in qualifying if this stays the same. But we'll come back towards the end of qualifying, see if we can improve on these times, and see if we can get ahead of the Red Bulls here. Right, so we're on the final qualifying lap now. Hopefully we can go a little bit quicker. Obviously we've got Raikkonen, who's actually gone slower than the Force India of Hulkenberg. So we really need to get above that one. Raikkonen's actually quicker through that first sector there, so hopefully he's going to improve on his lap. Vettel's quicker in his first sector as well. That's more like what we need here. So hopefully Vettel doesn't need to pick up too much time to get in front of Verstappen. It's really going to be hard to get past Ricciardo here. But we'll be quicker in the second sector with Raikkonen, quicker in the second sector, quicker in the second sector again with Vettel. So hopefully we're going to go a little bit quicker here. Obviously everyone else is going to be coming out and doing a lap after this. Where can Raikkonen get? Raikkonen? Raikkonen's quite a bit quicker than that first lap there. He picks up nearly a second and gets above the Red Bull of Verstappen and obviously the Mercedes of Rosberg. So it looks like Vettel could be on a time similar to that. What's Vettel going to get? Vettel, I wonder if he got held up by the Force India there of, who was that? Was that Perez? Is that Perez out on track? Or is this Hulkenberg's in the pit? No, Hulkenberg's there. So maybe we did get held up. So Raikkonen was actually quicker than Vettel for once. For some reason, you don't usually get held up by traffic here. Hamilton not improving on his lap. Ricciardo not improving on his lap. Verstappen has gone quicker, not Raikkonen down to 4th, so we've missed out on our bonus. And it looks like Rosberg's going to go quicker here. So let's just have a look. Is Rosberg going to be quicker than Raikkonen? Yes, Rosberg gets into 2nd. So we're down on the 3rd row of the grid, 5th and 6th. So I think that is the first time that we've been comfortably beaten by both the Mercedes and the Red Bulls. I'm not quite sure if that's happened before this season. Possibly the only other time this season was at Monza. It seems like every time I say I really want to win the Grand Prix, even though we've been sort of dominating all season, every time I say I want to win one, like I said I wanted to win Monza, and we did. I don't think we had a good qualifying session there, and obviously we didn't win the race there. I said I wanted to win this race, and we've got quite a challenge on our hands this time. Obviously there's going to be some rain, although we don't have a forecasting centre, so we can't see. I don't think we can see more than 4 laps ahead, although we're going to be staying. Looks like we're going to be starting on the rain. It looks like it's going to rain till... It's going to be rain on track till about lap 8, it looks like. So we're going to be starting on the intermediates. We're going to go ultra soft here. Should we go... We're going to go super soft with Raikkonen because he's possibly going to be on the super soft tyre because he can't get as much life out of a tyre as Vettel can. So yeah, we can get 8 laps out of this if we play our cards right. We can get 8 laps. 7 for Raikkonen. That should be just enough until the track dries out again. Obviously it could start raining again after that, although around lap 8 it's going to be full sunshine, so whether it does start raining again after that point, it might be a little bit of a push, but we're going to try and conserve these tyres until about lap 8. Hopefully we can get a good start here and make up for what we didn't get in qualifying there. Possibly Vettel's worst qualifying of the season, maybe, I'm not sure. Actually behind Raikkonen, yes it is, if he's behind Raikkonen. I think he's out-qualified Raikkonen every other time, I'm not quite sure. But Vettel again makes a pretty poor start as he did in America. But he's managing to stay on the inside of Perez there. Almost gets past Raikkonen as well. Obviously losing some speed down Casino Straight, but he sets the quickest first sector there, even though he had that really poor start. Obviously he's pretty quick there, he's going to get past Raikkonen here, is he? No, Raikkonen makes a late move. Ricciardo's actually made a really good start there and got up into 1st in front of the Mercedes. Raikkonen's still running 5th, Vettel back in 6th, although he's possibly going to get... He's going to be on the outside of this next corner, and Raikkonen's going to keep position here, and Sainz is going to come at Vettel, but no, he doesn't. It looks like Vettel will possibly have... Let's see, do we need to turn down? I don't think we need to turn down yet. I think Vettel's got the pace here. No, no, no! No, no, no! They've hit each other. Oh, you absolute... Vettel trying too aggressively there to get up the inside of Raikkonen. We've got a full blooming lap to go before we can actually get into the pits as well. Absolutely. Jeez. Right, so... Can't even... And Vettel's fault because he's going to be under investigation. So Vettel's going to end up with a drive-through penalty as well. Which is going to make the end of the season interesting now, because it's going to give Hamilton and possibly Mercedes a chance to catch up with us. Right, so we're just going to have to see what we can do here. Should we even bother risk it? Should we bother changing the tyres? Oh, it's not going to add any time on, is it? Because you can do it all at the same time. Yeah, so we might as well change the tyres, and then we can push the tyres pretty hard. So as we come round now, we can't go quick, so we might as well try to save some fuel so we can push once we've got the cars fixed. Although we can push the tyres all the way around. Hopefully we don't have any crashes on the way around to the pits here. Vettel obviously a lot quicker because he's lost his front wing, whereas Raikkonen's lost his rear wing, so Raikkonen's possibly going to be a lot slower round to the pits. Here he's going to be a lot slower. But I think Vettel's going to end up with a drive-through penalty. So it's just going to be a matter whether we can actually get back into the points here somehow. And Raikkonen's going to get held up by Vettel. No, just get out there. Right, so we're going to run. Should we try and get some more fuel? No, should we run in overtake now to try and catch the field up? How far is Vettel behind here? 22 seconds behind Grosjean in the Haas. Are we gaining on him pretty quickly? Although we do run the risk of crashing since a new patch came out. Crashes are a lot more likely to happen, and if we're really pushing the car here, it's gonna be... Raikkonen's been really messed up there. I think, did Vettel actually get handed a drive-through penalty? I didn't see it pop up. I wonder if I missed that. Is he going to come around for a drive-through penalty? No, it doesn't look like he's got a drive-through penalty, Vettel. But we are gaining on the Haas cars pretty quickly, so if we want to get any sort of result on this, we're going to have to try and time this pit stop perfectly. So maybe we can run in medium now. Are we still going to be catching in medium? We want to get back on the queue of this, on the back of this queue of traffic, just as we need to come into the pits. So do we actually need to pit early? Who's actually coming to the pits already? Bottas has made an early pit stop. He's going to be pretty slow on those soft tyres whilst the track is still pretty damp. And he's got a problem with the car already as well. I wonder if he's been hit as well or something, I don't know. But he didn't get it fixed, whatever the reason. Vettel now, we're only 5 seconds behind the Haas. So we're going to get on the back of these cars. Should we make an early pit stop with one of these cars? It's a little bit too early this lap. It's going to be the end of the next one, isn't it? Otherwise we're going to end up losing too much time, so we're going to have to come in and pit. So what if we've got 13 laps left? What should we do? Should we go super soft? Don't lose too much speed. We're going to have to go super soft and then try finish the race on the ultra soft. Maybe, or should we go ultra soft and try and pick up some time? Because we do have the boost. Although we can't do that. We're going to have to use 2 sets of tyres. So we're going to have 12 laps left. It's just enough to do that. So we'll do the super soft first and then finish the race on the ultras. We'll try a fast pit stop again because we need to try and pick up some time somewhere. Raikkonen has now got past Bottas, but obviously, yeah, Bottas does have to pit again. No, he doesn't because he's already on the soft tyre, isn't he? Yeah, so Vettel is now on the back of Grosjean. And the Haas getting past him. Is he? Vettel going to get past here? It doesn't look like it. Can he get past the Saubers as well before the pits? But I don't know. Hopefully we can get past him with a nice quick... No, what's Vettel done? Did I... Oh, I didn't do... No, there's still some dampness on track here, isn't there? Because the... What did I do there? I thought I'd done his pit stop routine, but I hadn't. Right. Vettel can actually do this on 2 pairs of ultra softs anyway. Right, so Raikkonen's coming in this time. Vettel is... Are we actually gaining? We're actually losing time, aren't we? We're actually losing time on this tyre. Ah, jeez. Not what I wanted there, actually. I messed it up a little bit, didn't I? We're not actually losing too much time. No, we are starting to lose a lot of time. This track is getting dry now. We're actually losing quite a bit of time. It says Vettel right, though. He should be behind Raikkonen for what he did. Right, we can go back in high mode now. We have plenty of fuel. And actually, we can run a lap in overtake mode, can't we? Right, come on, Vettel. Still going to get back out in front of Raikkonen. Right, so just have to watch this fuel. We need to turn down to high once this gets pretty much close to 0. Doesn't look like there's going to be any more rain in this. We should have pretty much decent speed to get through most of this field, so we're going to probably easily going to get back into the points. Although it's going to be hard to get back up to the Force India of Perez, so it might not be that easy. But we are on the ultra softs. Yeah, right. So we need to go back into high mode now. We should be able to finish the race like that. We're going to have to run in neutral. Or should we? We're going to have to try back up on these. No, should just be all right with Raikkonen. With that, so here comes Vettel now. Who are we on the back of? Magnussen. Are we catching Magnussen pretty easily? Just any points will do this time out. Thankfully Hamilton is in 4th here. He's actually lost a few places. Rosberg though is up in 1st. A Mercedes 1-2 would have been terrible for us here if they picked up the full complement of 43 points. With us only scoring like 3, that would put them within touching distance of us. If that happens. So are we gaining on Button? Yes, we are gaining on Button. So Button shouldn't be too hard to get past, although Perez is the one that is possibly going to cause problems for us. Whereas Raikkonen is now in 17th, 16th. Who's he behind? Gutierrez in the other Haas car here. Although he's got the pair of Saubers in front. The Saubers are doing pretty... Sauber's, where's he? Where's the Sauber of Nasser? He's got the Sauber of Nasser in front. He's doing pretty well this time out. I don't know whether that's because of the rain, but Vettel should be able to get past Button on Casino straight here, because the McLaren's got a pretty poor engine. There we go. So are we actually gaining on Perez here? We are. That's just how much quicker the Ultra Soft is here. Plus we have a ton of life in this one, so we're going to have a nice set of Ultra Softs for the end of the race, although the other cars are probably going to come in for Ultra Softs themselves as well. We can get 6 laps out of an Ultra Soft. We've got possibly a couple on this, so we can actually go ahead and push this tyre and possibly try and get past Perez. Hopefully 1 point would be a godsend for us here. Because if we can get past Perez, then obviously we can get past Alonso as well. I don't think these cars are going to try and run to the end of the race, hopefully. I don't think they should be able to get to the end on the Super Soft from here. They would be pretty hard stretched to do that. But Vettel now is past. Are we pulling away from Alonso? Yes, we are. Kvyat in the Toro Rosso is the next target, and then Massa. So hopefully we might be able to get into 7th. Maybe. Whereas Raikkonen, we're going to have to pit him after this lap, so we're going to have to conserve this tyre a little bit. We're going to have 5 laps left, so he can go on the Ultras just about for the last stint. So here comes Vettel. Now, we're still gaining on Kvyat. Although we're possibly going to have to pit this lap, aren't we? Because we've gone through those tyres pretty quick. We're pushing them. We've got Verstappen in the pit, so everyone else is going to have to pit. But we can do another pair of Ultra Softs here. Should we go fast as well? Which might give us a jump on Kvyat. I don't think Kvyat's going to come in this time, is he? No. It looks like all the other cars are going to go super soft again. Which should give us an advantage if a lot of these cars in front of us, the other Toro Rossos, go for a super soft as well. Obviously we've had a bad pit stop there. Not the quickest. So let's just see here. Let's just see. Raikkonen as well has gone on and put him back into this mode. Vettel coming down Casino straight now. We've got Button in front. We've got Perez in front. Massa has made his pit stop and stayed in front of us. So it's whether we can get on the back of Perez and Button to overtake them. Obviously we know we can get past, we know we can get past them. So it's whether we can get in front of Kvyat. So where's Kvyat? Kvyat's about to come into the pits. So it doesn't look like we're close enough to get past Kvyat. Although we could be, because this is quite a quick straight here. Where we're going to be, we're going to get up into 9th. We managed to get in front of Kvyat. We're in front of Alonso. Behind Perez, though. We're behind Perez. No, Perez has still got to pit, that's why. Confusing me then. Where's Hulkenberg as well? I don't think there's much chance of getting past Hulkenberg. But you never know. It could be possible. We do have some room in this tyre for Raikkonen. Can we get him up into the points as well? It's going to be pretty much a stretch to get him up, and he's got about 13 seconds to Alonso. It's going to be a stretch. So Vettel is now going to get past Perez into 8th place. So we're up to a couple more points here. Rosberg still winning. Hamilton down in 4th. So thankfully Mercedes aren't picking up as much points as they could have done. Otherwise this would have possibly been a monumental disaster, as they could have, I think they're 77 points ahead. If they'd have scored 43 points, they could have more than halved the gap to us. Even so, they could possibly halve the gap to us depending on how this finishes anyway. But we should be able to finish the race like this. We've got a lot of room in this tyre, haven't we? We've got a ton of room in this tyre. We've only got 2 more laps to go after this one, so we can push this tyre. I don't think we're going to get on the back of Massa, I don't think. Raikkonen, meanwhile, can get past Button. He's obviously going to get him at Casino Straight, or maybe at the hairpin. Maybe even before then. No. Button got a massive jump on that corner. Managed to stay ahead of Raikkonen there. We've just got to watch these tyres. These ultra softs can burn through pretty quickly. Are we going to catch Massa here? 2 seconds to go on the final lap. We were 4 seconds quicker than him on the last lap. And though it's going to be hard to get past him, but it's not impossible to do so. Might have to turn down on Raikkonen. He's going to struggle with Button here. Can Raikkonen get past Button? No, Raikkonen's a lot slower than Button on the straight there for some reason. And it looks like Vettel's struggling here to get past Raikkonen, past Massa. Doesn't look like we're going to get 7th place unless we can get it on the last corner. Oh, look at that, right at the line. Vettel just pushes past Massa right at the line, who's slowed down. Raikkonen 13th. I don't think he's going to get the same. He's fallen behind Button. So 7th and 13th there. Both our drivers hitting each other. Second lap, was it? Yeah, it was just at the start of the second lap, just after we'd gone past, or coming to the pit exit. They hit each other, which really messed up the race there for us. 7th and 13th, so that should make things interesting now going into the last 4 races of the season. It means we can't confirm. If Vettel would have won this race and Hamilton was second, that would have put him 100 points ahead in the drivers' standings, which would have meant that Vettel was pretty much, he would have needed only 1 more point to be confirmed champion. That's possibly going to last another race before we can confirm Vettel as champion. So let's just have a look at the timings here. 1:38, so we weren't a lot slower. We would have possibly been, we possibly wouldn't have won this, but we could have possibly got on the podium. Vettel, it says he got a drive-through penalty, but he didn't actually do a drive-through penalty at any point, I don't think. Seems strange. And Alonso has been demoted 4 places, so Raikkonen has moved up 1. Alonso broken the rules, demoted 4 places. McLaren obviously trying some sort of risky prototype engine to make up for their lack of power in the Honda engine. So 7th, so we only picked up 6 points. Thankfully, no, Hamilton managed to get back up to 3rd. So the Mercedes picked up 40 points. So we managed to gain 34, so they've almost halved the distance here. 83 points. Vettel could still be confirmed champion after the next race. Although it would need Hamilton to finish. It would need Vettel to win. And then Hamilton to be like 6th or 7th. That's not going to happen, so possibly going to be a race or 2 after that now. And look at that, 43 points now behind. If something like that happens again, then that's a 1-2 on us finishing outside the points is 43 points. That's possibly not going to happen, as even with this disaster we managed to get back up into the points. But if Raikkonen and Vettel hit each other again, that is possibly the importance of having Vettel in front of Raikkonen on the grid. For some reason Raikkonen was a lot quicker this time out, and then Vettel was struggling to get past him. Made an insane decision to go up the inside. Raikkonen didn't seem to give him the space needed. Vettel lost his front wing, Raikkonen lost his rear wing. All hell broke loose. You can probably just imagine what Vettel was saying over the radio by his teammate there. He didn't give me the room. Something. My Vettel accent is not the best. But anyway, 173,000, what happened there? Yeah, that's because the money that we usually get is from finishing third or above. Obviously, we didn't do that in qualifying all the races time out, which is why we've not made hardly any money from that last race. I thought something had gone wrong there, but yeah, that's right. Which is why we need the 5-star sponsors, because without the race bonuses, we are pretty much breaking even. So let's just check the mail. Hamilton, car condition, interview. That seemed to be a very testing weekend for Sebastian Vettel. Yes, and I'm not happy. I'll say I'm not happy with his performance that time, since he pretty much took Raikkonen out of the race and out of the points. Kimi will bounce back. Sebastian Vettel wouldn't drive with Daniel Ricciardo, so we're not going to get there. We've got no chance of getting Ricciardo anytime soon. Right, so let's just go ahead now and see if we can get Schumacher here. Car repair finished. Do have some sponsors, but maybe we're going to hang on this. Obviously, there's some pretty decent offers here, but they are wanting 15 and 14 races worth. We're going to hang on here with these until next season, because we're going to be at 5-star pretty soon. Obviously, we can take a little bit of a hit here, because whatever sponsorship we lost there, it's not a big difference to what we were actually making anyway. So we're going to hang on here. Richard Mill we should be able to replace at the beginning of next season. Santander will be going at the end of this season. They are a 5-star sponsor. We will be losing them, and we won't be able to replace them with someone as good. So we'll be hanging on with that one as well. So let's just go ahead here and see if we can get to Mick Schumacher signing. That's pretty much where we'll be ending this episode. Contract renegotiation. He wants better wages than that. Hopefully we're not going to mess this up here. Although he's pretty patient as well. He's expensive for a reserve driver, but I do want him in the seat. So let's just skip ahead again. Performance work done. We're going to get to build another gearbox as well, it looks like. So this gearbox is now finished. Righty ho, where's that gearbox? What is that? 922 to 932. Yeah, because we didn't actually put any of the best parts that we could in, because we're just trying to get to a point where we could get to this. So if we can go 25 now, we can go plus 50. We're doing this one, and then there'll be one more to build after this one when we've got all 5 slots unlocked, which we can do this plus 50 and plus the plus 40. Just whether we've got enough time to actually get it fully upgraded towards the end of the season. I don't know whether we would have time for that, because we're still working on a few parts. No, we're not actually working on any parts at the moment, are we, performance wise? So we've got this one to upgrade, and the new gearbox. No, we can just leave that one now, can't we? So we can get this legendary brake part built, fully upgraded to 1216 pretty quickly. We might as well do the other brakes as well, haven't we? Haven't we? Yes, we do have time for that as well. So that puts us with the best brake part overall for next season. Whether the Mercedes and Red Bulls can match us, we're possibly going to end up with the best gearbox as well. So now we just need to go a couple of days forward until we see Mick Schumacher contract offer accepted. See all drivers in your team. Let's sign him. He's going to be replacing John-Eric Verne. Going to cost 1.5 to bring him in. And there we go. We finally got Mick Schumacher in the team. After talking about him all season, we finally got Mick Schumacher in as a reserve driver. He might get the chance here to go in practice. Yeah, we'll give him a chance in Singapore to see what he can do in practice, see what sort of level he's at, see whether we can still get round about 6th or 7th, which is what Raikkonen has been able to do, see how quick he is in the car. So yeah, next time we get to see whether Mick Schumacher's quick enough. But that's where we're going to leave the episode this time. If you enjoyed this episode and you are not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below. And a big thank you to everyone who has already subscribed. It is much appreciated. We are closing in on 300 at the moment. Give me a thumbs up if you like Schumacher being in the team. If you liked us actually struggling for once. That's the first time that we've actually struggled. And leave a comment down below We're still between Perez and Hulkenberg for the number 2 seat. Obviously Perez is possibly just, he's tipping the scales a little bit more than Hulkenberg just because of his markability stat. But yeah, until next time, I will see you down the road in Singapore, and goodbye.